Afternoon all. Lawrence Andrew Lee, Royal Australian Navy. First time in VB, first dawn service. What an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be here. The girls, well done. What a game, what a hit out. Second year that I've seen you win. My daughter was here last year playing for Australia. So this year it's up to the men to give it to the French team. Let's make it, let's win one. We'll try and win one. So, they shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
Welcome to the men's matchup of the ANZAC Cup 2026 between the Australian Spirit and the French Coqs. The toss today, an interesting bit of information. The coin used was found in the pack of an Australian soldier who fell on the battlefield here of Villers-Bretonneux. The coin has a blood stain on it. It's an extreme token of the ANZAC Spirit and what happened here at this place, and to use that specific coin to start the game essentially between these two teams, the same in the women's game. It just kind of brings home the feeling of this event as a whole. Also interesting to note, which hopefully we can speak to a family member later today, Frank Mankinson Best on Ground trophy was donated by the family of Frank Mankinson, who was an ANZAC soldier, fought in Gallipoli, survived, came back to Australia and then back to the Western Front, and was part of the raid at what we affectionately call Moo Cow Farm, just outside of Villers-Bretonneux in this Western Front region. That trophy's been dedicated by his family to the AFL Europe ANZAC Cup for the best on ground. It's a majestic trophy, and hopefully we can hear a little bit more about that as the day goes on. The Australians running out onto the field, flanked by the women's team, victorious in their matchup against the French earlier in the day. It was a shellacking. I think it was 138 points to 2, dominant from the get-go. Not the same expectation in this game. A couple of strong Australian players on the team, but what has always hampered this Australian men's team is being able to play as a team. So we'll see very shortly how the coaching staff have brought together this Australian men's team, and great victory underway here at Timmerman Stadium. The Australians with a hit out, a couple of handball chains, big Caleb in the middle, and it's the French who get the first free kick of the game. A good tackle there by the number 11. It is Alessandro Sistemans from the Anthony Blues, heavily represented here today. At least 6 players from the Anthony Blues who competed at the AFL Europe Champions League last week in Lyon, south of France. Anthony Blues did well there, and the first score of the game to the French. The Australians will look to reset, try and contain some possession early in the hopes of not letting the score getting away from them. Strong marking contest, no one able to bring the ball into their hands. Kicked out of the contest into the forward line. French first to the ball, but unable to take possession. And it looks like the team captain there, Nobby from the Barcelona Balls, who was first to the ball. And now the Australians return serve with the first point for the team. Nico Bryan, number 20 there, team captain for the Australian Spirit. Got that ball out on the flank. Looks like it is Pierre from the Alpha Lions, Les Charles, team captain of the French team, and an integral part of football in France. Umpire extremely strong on these holding the balls early in the game. Australian there, Angus Parnell, having no chance to release the ball. But hard contest in the mark there. The Anthony Blues player number 12, Ivan Chevillon, from the Alpha Lions there, number 12. I'm not sure if their numbers actually line up, but we're going to go after the team sheet that I got in front of me. Penetrating kick, but straight into the arms of Australian player who didn't know it was touched. He was waiting for the mark, and it is the French who will line up for a shot at goal. Benjamin Matais from the Wandsworth Demons in London, the only player to be playing outside, obviously apart from the support staff, only player to be outside of the French country. And we have the first major of the game to the French. And that was Benjamin, 32 years of age. Pretty sure that's what it says here. The oldest player on the French team as play restarts, and the French again with the territorial advantage. Australia will be keen to not let this score get away from them early, because as we see, just like that, it can go quick for this French team to score goals. And it is Remy Hu and Lucas Julien, the players there from the Anthony Blues and the Toulouse Saints, combining for a goal in the forward pocket there. France taking an early lead, 2-1-13. Australia just a single point. And Caleb in the middle for the Australians. Wins the hit out, but the ball bounces in favour of the French. Collision in the midfield. Booted forward over the heads of the short forwards. There it is, Pierre, with a big fist out of danger for the French. One thing I noticed last year in this game, the French used the width of the field extremely well and just essentially ran around the Australians. Nick O'Brien, team captain, out on the far flank. Might have a shot at goal here. Still early in the game. Legs are good. Nick was unsure whether to get through the first couple of minutes with his knee, but you see it heavily strapped. Barcelona Boars, a new club in AFL Europe in Spain. Fantastic to see footy growing all over the continent. I think that was a behind. French just again getting a bit of space out on the flanks, looking to those wings to try and get some speed around the Australians. Heavy contact, and it's a free kick in favour of the French team. Tough contest. There's the goal scorer for the French, number 14, and here from the boundary line, the Australians just urging their teammates to push it through. The umpire hasn't called it out, so the players have played on, playing to the whistle. The Australians have a very short, brief advantage in momentum. Sun shining in. Nick O'Brien, the mark about 15 metres out from goal. Quite a sharp angle, but not impossible for the right footer. Desperate goal needed for Australia to just even things up early in this game. Goal umpire signalled a behind, I think. Yes. So, no goal. Third behind for the Australians. Two pretty good chances that have just been burnt, essentially. Good contest. Australians brought down. There's 11 and 12 there. Oliver Brown, and maybe it was not 12. Could have been Julian Beard, 22. Yeah, Julian in the ruck there. Fantastic story connected to him and his family here in Villers-Bretonneux. Oh, 2-on-1 there, masterfully orchestrated by number 37. I think that's Matthew D'Antonio to Julian Beard, who gives a big roost down the wing. Australians unable to take possession, but do enough to just corral the ball towards the boundary line, allowing the team to catch up. There is a bit of to and fro in this game. Sideline very vocal. Assistant captain Guy McGrath on the sideline giving orders to the troops, while captain Nick O'Brien sits in the full forward goal square. French getting the whistle their way early on in this game. Just helping them get it out of trouble. Could have been a spectacular mark, that one, unfortunately dropped, but the ball was put back into play, and the French with another mark inside the arc. This time number 30, and I don't have number 30 on my team sheet, so could be anyone.
Is it possible to explain to the guy
Another goal for the French team, 19 points to 3. So the French just taking their opportunities in front of goal. The Australians unable to convert when they've had their chances. Ball up. Australians again win the hit out, but not the clearance. The French first with their hands on the ball. Good tackle there from Julian Beard, and he gets the free kick. Demands the ball back from his teammate, looking to hurry it up into the forward half, and it is once again Nick O'Brien who takes a mark just shy of the arc, probably 30 metres, 35 metres out from goal, just on a short angle. His teammates backing him in. Good ball drop. Goal umpire confirms, and it's the first goal for the Australian team of the day.
Australia scored their first goal, so that's Australia 1 goal 2, 8 points, to France 3 goals 1, 19. France has the lead.
Fantastic morning here in Villers-Bretonneux, the northern regions of France. It's about a 90-minute drive north of Paris, not too far from Lille, and near a city, Amiens, a very important piece of land as the French explode forward through handball chains, and a holding call, very deliberate there. The umpires paid the advantage, but there was no advantage. Could be a big marking contest here. Luckily, the ball dropped just in time for the number 16, Mathieu, from the Alpha Lions. He has the range from here. We saw at the Champions League last week in Lyon, where Mathieu's team hosted the event. A lot of players there are able to kick from 45 metres quite well. Wheels around, didn't get a great purchase on the boot. Umpires called a block. Free kick to Australia. Number 18 back there, Thomas Burfoot. Umpires call play on. Easy dodge around there for the number 13. But Pierre, team captain, intercepts. His kick just overshooting the mark. And a kick from the number 4, Lucas Julien. Unable to reach goal, but through for a behind. Now the French team, even though that the Australians wrestled back some momentum, French still holding the territorial advantage. Now the Australians get it out over the back with a bit of a run out of the back line. Could be a problem here for Australia. And it is that Angus Parnell, once again, called for holding the ball. Australians maybe doing a little bit too much individually, not playing as a team. One of the things we were afraid of in this game is France take a mark about 50 out from goal. A few changes coming through for the French team, just allowing the team to settle up forward. Too far out from goal, and it's just alone in the middle. Once again, Mathieu. Something the Australian coaching team will need to get on top of if there are any chance to wrestle back any momentum in this game. Fantastic shot at goal from Mathieu from the French team. The French Cocks take a 17-point lead in this first quarter.
Extend their lead, 4 goals, 2 behinds, 26 to Australia's 1 goal, 2 points.
The Australian vice-captain, Guy McGrath, number 8, has just entered the game for the first time, going to that fullback role where Australia have struggled to contain the French forwards. Australia getting a free kick out of the middle for a high tackle. The Aussies running onto the ball. There, Caleb McKenna unable to take the mark, but gets the ball on the ground. Straight into the hands of Nick O'Brien, who threads the needle. Not a problem for Nick O'Brien for this second Australian goal. Fantastic team effort there. The ball coming to ground off a drop mark, but the handballing did enough, and Nick O'Brien able to swing around for a snapshot on goal straight through the middle. McKenna with a hit down into the waiting arms of Australian counterpart. And once again, Parnell and O'Brien connecting through the middle into the forward line. That's what Parnell offers there in the middle with that superb accuracy straight onto the chest of Nick O'Brien. He now seems to have got his sights checked in after a few miss kicks early in the first quarter. About 20 metres out, almost in front. And he kicks the third ball over the fence. 3 goals in a row for the Australians there, Nick O'Brien. And the scores immediately get tighter. 26 points to 21 in favour of the French.
20-26. Lead by 6. We are doing. Yes. 21.
French with a bit of momentum forward, trying to use the handballs to their advantage. Free kick given. They've only got one tall forward down in the goal square, but he's a sharpshooter. See if Ivan can get the ball down. That was a great big kick. And French player, if the wind had have held the ball up there, he maybe could have taken that mark. He was all alone. Australia moved the ball quickly out of their back line, trying to work it up the wings. Kick over the head of Guy McGrath, the assistant captain. Maxim with a handball. Guy McGrath gets it back. Guy gets the call of holding on McGrath. Umpire wants him to come around back behind the mark. Australians were out there on the wing. Very lucky for Australia there, because Caleb McKenna was about to be taken out from behind and would have definitely been called for holding the ball. Australian forward line. So this is the hardest part for a team that has just been come together, have never played together before. It's anticipating where that next kick can go. Where do your forwards run? How long do the mids kick? That type of anticipation and team awareness is extremely difficult to pick up in just 3 days of getting to know each other, while also doing battlefield tours and dawn services. And big tackle there in the middle was that Matthew Burfoot. Can't see from here. No, it is number 26. Bryn Philpott Evans here with his young son to learn about the ANZAC experience, as Julian, number 4 for the French, delivers a fantastic ball onto the chest of number 2, Bastien Albad. I think that is number 2 or it could be Simeon Lang. These team sheets are interesting to read, but Simeon, if it is you, ooh. Umpires called the goal. It was difficult to see from this angle, but the umpire was right there. Not long remaining in this first quarter. The French with a handy 12-point lead. And there we have it. First quarter done and dusted. France 5-3-33 to 3-3-21 Australia. Second quarter about to get underway here at Timmermans Stadium in Villers. And Caleb McKenna with the hit out. Parnell, number 9, with the ball, but tackled immediately by the French player. Something that we saw a lot in the first game with the women. The French team, while unable to put pressure on the scoreboard, were extremely hard defensively, putting strong tackles on the Australian women. Now the French men doing the exact same thing. A couple of standout performers early in this matchup. Nick O'Brien from the Australian team kicked a couple of goals in that first quarter after a few wayward shots early. For the French, their run forward through the middle has been exquisite. Yvan Chevillon and Pierre Boscart have been strong. Pierre Lechals also extremely strong in that full-back position, repelling the Australian attack. This game very much still in the balance. Umpire balls it up. The French bring it to ground. Possession still contested. Umpire wants it back. Big kick forward there from the Australians. Very empty forward line. Nick O'Brien able to juggle the ball on one hand. Snaps around, but it's just the behind. Australians asked to move it along. There he is again, Nick O'Brien. Down on the knees, but Australians, Angus Parnell wrapped up. As soon as he gets the ball, almost like French are aware of him and want to limit his impact on the game with the ball in hand. Another fantastic goal there from the Australians. Possibly Maxim Allen, who kicked that one, 59. Wasn't quite sure what I could see there. Julian Beard into the middle, taps it forward, straight into the waiting arms of the French player, who then handballs it forward. And a great kick by, I think it was Yvan, into the forward line. Another French mark inside forward 50. So as soon as Australia try to get back some of that deficit, French just push it forward, take a mark inside 50, and have a shot at goal.
Et mesdames et messieurs, le score du match: Australie 28, France 39.
Julian Beard with another hit out into the hands of Angus Parnell, who is immediately set upon by his French counterpart, Alessandro Sistemans from the Anthony Blues, heavily represented once again in this French team. Great mark out on the forward flank. I think that is Benjamin Matthijs again. Trying to see, the crowd who is gathered here. It is Benjamin, number 14. I played against him in multiple Champions League. He takes marks over my head every single time. Fantastic forward for his team. Another skill error in the back line for the Australians. Set upon just taking a little bit too much leeway with the ball. They have more time. They may be underestimating the French somewhat. Right into the woodwork. Fantastic morning for the Australians here in Villers-Bretonneux. We went up to the ANZAC Day dawn service. Not often that the ANZAC Day also falls on competition day on the Saturday where the game is played. So up bright and early. Players waking up anytime between 1:30 and 2:30 to get to the town, middle of town, to take the walk down to the Australian Memorial. As the French once again pushing forward. The walk took about 35-40 minutes. Channel 7 followed the teams down, did a live cross to sunrise to shed some light on this Australian footy event here in Villers-Bretonneux. And then obviously the dawn service at the Australian Memorial was just a fantastic experience and something that I think not only myself but any player that experienced it today would recommend anybody to do as part of a trip and learning about First World War and the atrocities of the Western Front and what our ANZAC diggers went through. It's just, it's quite affronting, but it's an interesting experience and learning experience as French once again set up for a shot at goal. Once again to the side. Town of Villers-Bretonneux has put on a spread for these Australians. They've opened up their homes, they've opened up everything, the whole city, the whole town. You can't call it a city because it's not, it's a town. And there's Australian flags, there's pictures in the windows from school children, there is a heap of things around the town to commemorate and shed light on the ANZAC spirit and welcome the Australians to this town. Left foot snap. Doesn't carry. There's a contested ball down on the goal line. This Australian's trying to kick it off the ground. But kicking in danger. And the French have an opportunity to extend their lead to kick back towards the middle. Completely open player, just brings the angle around a little bit more. More manageable kick. Another behind for the French. This is where the Australians have had success. They've run it out of the back line, out of the kick in, and been able to get the ball over the back of the French. You see here now they've got the contest, the stoppage in their forward half, able to reset, use their hard here. Use their height and their strength and their skill to just initiate some forward momentum. And that's exactly what they've done now. Nick O'Brien taking a mark about 30 out from goal, where he's converted in exactly the same spot at the other end of the ground multiple times in the first quarter. And it's a behind. The Australians just ruining their chances from in front of goal. Strong contest on the far boundary. Clearance out of the middle from the Australians into a forward line that doused by the French, but into the arms of a waiting Australian who dribbles it through goal. And the Australians are celebrating another goal out of nowhere.
Et réduction du score de l'Australie, 35-42.
And so that's Australia 35 to France 42.
McKenna once again pushing the ball forward. Parnell was already held before the ball came. Umpires let it play. Ball drops short of the number 30 in the French forward line. Parnell has travelled back to get the ball. High tackle there. Umpires missed it. Crowd really calling for free kick on the sideline. The infield stoppages. You can hear the crowd getting into it. It's even the bench of the Australians. GM Jay Trelaw, goal umpiring, helping out wherever he can. Good in that yellow vest. Don't tell him I said that. French able to clean up out back, but pepper it back into the forward line. To 3-on-1 deep in the pocket for French, but ran into a brick wall. Umpire says, ball it up. The ANZAC Cup 2026. I'm not sure how long it's been going. It's been going a very long time in different constellations, but growing ever bigger and more people getting involved and trying to make this event to an even more engaging and immersive experience for all involved. As Australia get a free kick in the back line. Like to move it out quickly, and up and under, falls short of Maxim, who comes from the Geneva Jets. Geneva went undefeated in their group stage games at the European Champions League last weekend in Lyon, but were overrun by Edinburgh Bloods in the semi-final. Played out for a third and fourth spot. They finished fourth in the competition, Geneva Jets. Fantastic effort from the Jets team. Umpire giving the advantage, and the French score another goal. France taking a 14-point lead. About 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Good jump there for France, winning a hit out. Something they haven't done often in this game with the height of Caleb McKenna in the middle from Australia. All bouncing out across the boundary. Let us know where you're watching from on this stream. You're watching from other parts of Europe or from Australia. Another goal from the French team. Good tackle from Australia, but the ball was disposed of in time. And now a rolling ball across the boundary line for a ball up. French tow it forward, tow it backwards to go forwards. French just kind of controlling momentum, controlling territory. With a couple minutes to go in the second quarter, some changes being made from the Australian team to try and manufacture a goal late, try and reduce this deficit. Big run up the boundary line there from the number 5. Pull up your team sheet. Jason. Those flowing locks. Off shot of camera, the Australian women's captain Melanie Hogg walking by 2 nice cold beverages in her hand, looking like $1,000 after playing a fantastic game earlier in the day in a massive victory for the Australian women over the French. That stream was able to be replayed on the AFL Europe channel. And team coach Jade Ellam's also walking by the commentary box right now. Say hello to the microphones.
Hey guys, hope you're all happy at home. Girls got a nice win under the belt, but still need a couple more goals from the guys by the looks of it.
Fantastic co-commentary there from Jade. Also a club programs of participation. There we have another goal for the Australians with a bit of a opportunistic moment to score a goal. Couple of snaps. Number 5, Jason, was able to just put that ball in half a goal, have it bounce through. Important now for Australia not to allow any more points before the halftime break, and for France, they're able to get another point on the board or another score on the board that could possibly put a dagger straight through the heart of the Australian team going into halftime. There we have it, a fantastic goal from the French team. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that one, folks. Number 2, Simeon, if I'm not mistaken from earlier conversations. Simeon Lang from the Anthony Blues. Fantastic goal. I'll put that one on the scoreboard. Not sure. The tad under 30 seconds, about 25 remaining. We spoke about the importance of scoring just before the break. French team looking to once again convert an opportunity, a free kick given 25 metres down the field. Two late goals in the last minute for the French team give them a 26-point lead into halftime.
fact, it was sometimes the first time. So yeah, it was very close for the first half, and then the second one we closed the game more. We found a way out in the end.
Last year, you guys ran around the team today.
Yeah, we are on minus side, but you can play on the side now, and so we are looking for wide and space. So we try to find the space, but it's not easy.
You're in the back. What is the level?
Everything is perfect. Merci de nous regarder. J'espère qu'on va rentrer.
I told you, I'll remember it once.
You know what? Plug it in. I'll turn this off. We just have no sound of replays.
No, I'll remember next time. Just
Or I can do this instead. Just don't want to pick up my voice on the replay.
plug it in.
Okay.
Apologies if that interview with the French captain was inaudible. We had some microphone difficulties. Unfortunate, but we had a good conversation with him about how it was to play in this first half and the momentum that the team had as the French take a fantastic mark. They're playing their game plan, and playing as collective has been the important thing for the French team to gain this ascendancy over the Australians in the first half. And he, at the end, gave a massive shout out to the followers in French. Apologies that the audio didn't play through correctly there, but France with an early shot as the Australians look to handball and run it up. Have a bounce here on the wing by, looks like Caleb McKenna. Puts it up onto the chest there, and ball still in contention. Parnell, I think it is, there on the left foot toward goal, bounces over the boundary line. The throw. Fantastic to see all the support from around the world, Zimbabwe, Melbourne, Wagga Wagga. Fantastic to see the support from all around. And Behind there for the Australian team. Bounce there out of full back, almost outside the arc on the run. Umpires found something, looks like a higher shot. So the French will get a free kick about 15 metres inside their own half. Is that Big Ben on the far side? Be a big ask for him to get this one through the sticks, but I've been wrong before. Big contest into the hands of the Australians, who have enough time to run it out of the back line. Parnell, number 9, with a handball received. Back to 33, who wheels around, kicks it forward into a one-on-one contest with Nick O'Brien. Not paid the mark, must have come off the hands of the French player. McKenna through the middle. Now the Australians just looking to... Unfortunately there, the Australians, whether they weren't given the opportunity for the mark or what it was that they played on. Now a free kick just in front of the Australian bench for a high tackle. Parnell kicks it in off the left foot to a 2-on-2. Australians getting in the way of each other there. Drop mark in the back line. And it's Angus Parnell again, all over the field, been up and down the field, affecting the stoppages. Comes off for a blower. So a steadier start for the Australians in this one. Still trailing by 24 points as it's pushed through for a rush behind.
Direct! Move it! Get away! Over the back, Caleb!
Caleb McKenna with the contest as the French go through and put big don't argue, but kicks out on the full. Or did it bounce? Hard to see from this angle. Out on the full. So the umpire just directing the French player to stand on the mark. Australian players brought it inbounds and now he has to kick it up. Julian Beard, number 22, takes the mark, looking to play on quite quickly to Nick O'Brien to really, I don't want to call them old players, but veteran players of this team. I think O'Brien with the ball there would be one of the older statesmen, the team captain from the Barcelona. French able to clean the ball up out of the back there, and it is Ivan there, number 12, that kicks it forward to fantastic mark in the back. Oh, excuse me, in the back line. Thomas Burfoot, I think he's one of the only player that is currently residing and playing in Scotland, together with any other Scottish player in the Australian women's team. Well, not Scottish, she's Australian, but playing in Scotland. Sharks, as France work the ball out of their own end. Probably going to get the free kick there. A bit of tension coming into the game now, with both teams feeling the pressure on the scoreboard. France holding the lead. 19 points. Umpire has awarded a free kick to France in the goal square for a indiscretion. a shoulder off the ball, took the French player to the ground, and the umpire has given him a free kick in the goal square. Now the Australians just starting to unravel a little bit. We saw some tensions boiling over here on the near sideline, and now in the goal square with French gaining a free kick and another goal. 11-8-74 to 7-7-49. The Australians in trouble here. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. You heard on the audio there. Unfortunately, the clock not working on the scoreboard currently, but we'll keep you in the loop as best we can. Umpire calling a free kick down the field for the Australians. I think it was a hit after the kick further back in the back line. Big contest in the middle. Player brought down, and he'll get a free kick. Julian Beard, 22. That's why you go up in a contest. You have the opportunity to get the free kick if you're fouled. Beard now just assessing the goals. Got a bit of a kick in his leg here. He can just get it straight. Can't do it. Out on the full. Was well within his rights to kick it there. He had the distance, just not the accuracy. How these French players are out alone on their wings. It's a 9-on-9 game here in Villers-Bretonneux, but the French just seem to be outnumbered or outnumbering the Australians in multiple places on the field. Hard contest in the middle, ball in dispute. Umpire calls it up. Parnell under there for the Australians. Good contest from both teams. Intercept there, is that Ivan? I think it is. He's been called for holding the ball, but he did a great job there to intercept the ball from the Australians and try and get out the back. Unfortunately, didn't pay off for him this time around, but he has been on the ball all day. Number 12, pretty sure it's Ivan. I think he plays for the Alpha Lions. Probably my favourite team in France. Great bunch of people. And the goal from the Australians to get back a bit of the score line. Number 9, Angus Parnell. Australians just discussing some tactics before the ball returns to the middle for a ball up. A 19-point lead for the French team. Probably about 6 minutes to go, roughly, in this third quarter. McKenna back in the ruck. Australia receiving a free kick for high contact. Trying to move the ball forward as quickly as they can, but not taking the first option, looking for the best one. Something the Australians are struggling a little bit with today is the ball on the ground. There's a high tackle there, the umpire's caught it. The Australians are struggling with these low ground balls. A lot of tall players in this Australian team, and a little bit harder to just bend those backs, bend the knees and get down. French have a couple of small guys around the midfield in the forward line that are a little bit closer, able to pick it up. And it's a goal from Australia. It is number 5, Jason. Did you say, how do you say, Bethune? I'm not sure. You help me out in the comments. Great goal there. Oh, no. No goal. They had a kick in, so I need to remove that. Well, luckily, we caught that one. Unfortunate for the Australians. Looked like they were getting a bit of momentum there, but the French with the ball on the far side. Good intercept mark there by Billy Clark. Has done quite a few intercepts in that back line today. Up through the middle. Australians have a pretty clear game plan to try and run through the middle of the French. Hasn't suited them at times, with the French being able to intercept or spoil marks and have that opportunity to hit back with strong counter straight through the middle when the Australians turn the ball over. But when they get it right, the Australians look very good through the middle. Is that Billy Clark again, coming up from the back line to affect the contest. Fantastic day here in Villers-Bretonneux in northern France. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's the team captain, Nick Nobby O'Brien, with a great mark in front of goals. What he's there for, to convert opportunities like this. A couple of goals to his name already today. He'll look to try and just reduce the deficit a little bit more as three-quarter time approaches. Only a few minutes remaining. And walks in. Australians get around him, and the goal is registered.
Mesdames et messieurs, le score du match, Australie 62, France 74.
And so the score updates, Australia 62, France 74.
Look at that, I did have the score correct. Somebody give me a gold star. It's been a long day. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we were up around between 2 and 2:30 this morning to get prepared for the dawn service at the Australian Memorial. A fantastic experience here in Villers-Bretonneux that I can recommend to not only Australians, but anyone around the world who has an interest in the First World War and ANZAC story, or just remembrance in general. It's a fantastic experience, awe-inspiring monument and memorial here in Villers-Bretonneux, and a lot of battlefields. Get in touch with AFL Europe if you'd like to be a part of this next year. Battlefield tours run by James O'Brien, a well-renowned battlefield tour guide and carer of graves. As France hit back, they hadn't scored for a while, and they needed something just to wrestle back some momentum in this game from Australia, who were looking to reduce that deficit. Now it's back to 18 points. And there's just a couple of minutes remaining in this third quarter. And here the vice-captain, Guy, shouting from the sidelines to motivate his team to continue trying until the third quarter siren sounds. Not let in another goal from the French, but the Cox have other ideas as they push forward. Intercept mark was that Billy Clark again. He's been exceptional for Australia in this third quarter. Big Maxi from the Geneva Jets, who was wrapped up just in front of the Australian bench. Julian Beard in the ruck. He's had success. A good leap on him. Strong arms. But the French, once again, first to the ball and get the clearance out of the middle. Into the waiting arms. And you can see there he is, number 14 from the French team, Benjamin. Just celebrating the mark. He knew how important that mark was, how close it is to three-quarter time, and what another score would do to put his team ever so close to victory in this game. Still a quarter left, but every score important. And he converts. Fantastic goal there from the French. Every score. Beth Hune we've got in the chat. That's how you say his name. Good to know for future. Thank you, Lisa, mother to Ben, Jason. Sorry. Angus Parnell with a mark on the edge. The Aussies know that time is of the essence. Great intercept spoil there from the number 21 from the French, leaving his man to come and affect that contest. Don't have a name for him. His numbers stop at 16 on my team sheet. Anyone else in the chat? Tell me 21, 25, 30. Let me know. Australians hard at the ball, one on the ground, three around on their feet. Oh, umpires called dragging it in on Julie. Oh. 3/4 time. The French have consolidated their lead, 86 points to 62, with 20 minutes remaining in the 2026 ANZAC Cup.
Mesdames et messieurs, il restera
Hi, this is Jeremy. Individual.
Nice to meet you. This is actually Ryan. We have actually these two Ryan or Ryan?
These two gentlemen from the Sport Cup. This is also a previous board member of AFL.
Right. Okay. Ryan or Brian?
Ryan.
Ryan. Nice to meet you.
3/4 done now in the men's game. You've watched a bit of the game. Can you give just, before we get into the importance of the Best On Ground trophy, which your family is kindly dedicated to this event, can you just give me a feeling of being here watching an Australian team play France in Australian footy?
Well, it's interesting seeing an Australian team hard up against a French team for a start, which is wonderful and says a lot for the sport. I think that you can grow a fairly indigenous French team to a standard where they can play competitively against a fairly good Australian side.
Mate, can you give me a bit of background on who you are and why you're here today, part of this event?
Yeah, so my family's connected with this region because my great uncle, Frank Makinson, was killed not far from here in 1916. He was a 37-year-old bachelor, and when he died, he left no children. So in our family, we've made a decision to continue to remember him and not let him be forgotten.
And Frank, he served in Gallipoli first, if I'm not mistaken, survived that onslaught there, and then came back to help protect the Western Front. What does that mean for you as a descendant or part of that family to see that kind of valour and just, I mean, I'm in awe trying to speak about it. How do you feel?
Well, I mean, when the war started, he was 37 years old. They weren't taking 37-year-olds. They were taking 18, 19, 20-year-old lads. So he really didn't have to go. And he made a decision very early in the piece. When you look at his service number, it's 716, and the hundreds of thousands of Australians served on the Western Front, so he was right at the front of the queue. And yeah, I mean, for us, it's it all comes down to remembrance more than anything else, mate.
Your family has dedicated and helped to bring this this event to life through the Best on Ground trophy. It's an immense trophy. We're looking at it now, just sitting on the table. It's towering above the rest of them. It's fantastic. This trophy will live on for years as part of this event. How does that make you feel personally?
Well, I think firstly it keeps us connected to the region, because my understanding is that it'll be kept in the Sir John Monash Centre, and that's fabulous from a family perspective. It's also fantastic that it's connected with an Australian activity that happens here in Villers-Bretonneux. That connectivity continues, and Frank's remembered, and that's an important thing, I think.
Finally, to just close off here, can you give me some reflection on your experience in the town of Villers-Bretonneux?
Yeah, what a fantastic little town. Everybody's been so friendly. The moment we finished the ceremony here, we went for a cognac and coffee in the local brasserie, which was fantastic, and everybody in there was really friendly, and it was just a wonderful experience. And talking to Josh, I'm looking forward to seeing this grow as an event. Not only the dawn service, but after the dawn service, to be able to spend the day here in the town and enjoy the football as well.
Mate, well, on behalf of AFL Europe and everybody here, we thank you very much for your kind donation from the family, and hopefully the players today have done your family proud.
Yeah, great pleasure. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. Hold on, James.
Hold on.
Yep.
Ready?
Back to the final quarter of the French and Australian game. Final quarter of the day here in Villers-Bretonneux. The women earlier today, Australian Spirit, having a big victory over the French, 138 points to 2, I think it was. Mel Hogg, the captain of the team there, having a fantastic day out on the park. Currently, the French team in front, 86 points to 62. They have threatened all day to pull away, but the Australians just keeping in touch and keeping the game interesting. Australia have not won this in the men's for a number of years. And it has come down to teamwork. Honestly, it has. I was here watching the game and streaming last year, and what has allowed the French to continue to score and win, it's their connectivity as a team. The Australians will need to try and find some of that if they're to wrestle back any sort of deficit in this game, as the French pick up the first score of the fourth quarter. A big mark in the middle there from Caleb McKenna. He looks to his forward line to see if leading Nick O'Brien, who has scored the majority of Australian goals today, wheels around on the right boot. Nick O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's his fourth goal of the day. A very, very important one for the Australians. Leading Nick O'Brien. Just brings that deficit back down to 3 goals, or just a touch over 3 goals. They'll still need 4 scores to hit the front, but an important goal as Australians try to man up defensively in the middle. France just kicking it up to a great lead. Is that him again? The number 14, Benjamin. It is. He's had an exceptional day out on the park. The leads that he provides to his midfield is second to none on the field, I'd say. And there it is, another goal from the French team, pushing their score out to 93 points. A fantastic lead up, full-on forward lead, as good as you'll see it anywhere in the world from Benjamin. The ball put right on his chest, and he's able to convert it for the first goal of the French in the fourth quarter. McKenna with a punch forward. Maxim with a handball out. The Australians unable to take any sort of possession. Hard defense. Ball still on the ground. Billy Clark with the handball out. The Australians boot it forward into the forward line. Nick O'Brien unable to compete with Pierre in the back line, the French captain. So he left his man there to make the tackle as well once the Australians took possession. All points very important in this fourth quarter. The game could go either way.
Il est en train de calculer là. Et la France gagne 96.
Nick O'Brien in the ruck up in the forward line. Had to hit out towards the boundary, but there's no Australian player running through there. Now you see Max has taken that spot. Running around the back instead. O'Brien takes it out of the ruck himself, puts it on the boot. Goal umpire watches it sail through for a behind. Another big thank you to all the volunteers here in Villers-Bretonneux that make this day come alive. Help out with the kiosk, with field setup. Down to Villers-Bretonneux. Great mark over the back there from French player. Don't have his number in front of me. He's pointing to the goal. Pointing to the goal. Is that Matthew Deck? Is that how you say it? From the Alpha Lions. You can get this from... The goal umpire has signalled a goal. That was an amazing kick, ladies and gentlemen. See it again. He's at least 45, almost 50 out when he kicks the ball. And straight through the hay diddle diddle. 30 points now, the difference between the French and the Australians. The Australians will need to pull something out of a hat here to arrest this deficit. Umpires called a free kick. Australians looking to run it. Parnell on over to Billy Clark up on the wing. Trip there. Umpires allowed to play on. Australians.
Okay, fine. Double lift. Okay. Thanks, mate. Sorry.
Just a quick score check there. I'm pretty sure I'm running the right score here. 99-75. That goal there from Australia, just pulling them slightly back into contention, but there's still a long way to go if they're able to get close to the French team here. With 13 minutes remaining in the match. Hear the urgency from the Australian bench, just willing the players to get to the ball first and help out. Guy McGrath on the sideline, the vice captain. Hasn't spent a lot of time on the ground, just mostly helping give directions from the bench. One of the older statesmen. Yeah, once again allowed to just run out of the back line, and there, Benjamin unable to take the mark. Feels like he was pushed out of it. Max with a mark on the wing, kicks towards the corridor and the hot spot into the path of some Australians who handball it forward. There's an open goal line. Parnell is there. Two midfielders combined, but unable to take any sort of possession. Frontal contact. Clear free kick, but very lucky there considering how he dropped the ball. Unable to take possession first. They cleaned up afterwards. So good result there for the Australians. Unlucky for the French. A goal here could swing a bit of momentum the Australians' way. With about half of the quarter remaining. Great goal there from Parnell. Gus.
How are you? Good yourself? Yeah, not so bad. Thanks for coming.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous assistons à un match très magnifique. L'Australie 82, la France 99.
McKenna up in the ruck again, falls down. French hard on it, but the Australian intensity in defence has definitely lifted in this final quarter. The umpires found a hold. France free kick. France have not had it in their forward line for a good while. Another downfield. What are Australia doing?
1 year after COVID where it got
It's the third time this game they've given a downfield free kick right in front of the goal. When they've had momentum, France takes the opportunity to convert, push the score to 105-82.
Majority men, but there was 2 women, and because there was 2 women involved as well, they went, all teams are out, so the head of Air Force went, you're not playing Chief Air Force. You're not playing in 25, but you came back in 26. Yeah, that year I think it was...
It's great having all the support in the chat. John Tully from Zimbabwe.
Was it due to COVID and anything else?
Beth Yoon, Jason, or Lisa, sorry, following her son Jason. Great to have you on board. And all the support for the women's team as well earlier in the day. It's fantastic to see. Good effort there from Julian Beard, not repaid by the umpire. He said he had enough of an attempt to get the foot on the ball.
Who was ET
9 minutes remaining. Australia need a goal very soon. With the scoring frequency they've had this game, something needs to happen. Umpires called play on, letting him play. Billy Clark throwing his hands up in the air, not happy with the umpire's call, and it is France who convert another goal. You say what you want there, folks. Was he held before the ball came in? Seems to think so, but France play to the whistle. It's the number 4 again, Vivian, who kicks the goal. Australia with a handball over the back, kicking it up forward. It's intercepted by a French player. Umpire from down the field has...
do you know a Lauren McAuliffe? We spoke yesterday. Oh, we did too! You've been dressed up! Oh, shit. Is it on the live stream? Go, boys!
France looking to kick it out. They're well in control of this game. Another uncontested mark in the back line. Not what Australia need at this point. The chances slipping away minute by minute of the Australians to try and get any sort of victory in this game. France have done a fantastic job in sticking to their game plan and playing as a team. Just putting the Australians to the test, and Australia crumbling under the pressure. McKenna brings the ball down. Big handball out of the contest for the French. And the French run around. Spoke with team captain at the half as Australia received the free kick. Play it on quickly. They know that the game is on the line. Team captain Pierre spoke to at half time. Unfortunately, the audio didn't follow through, but he spoke about the French playing to the game plan, using the run that they have in their team to tire the Australians out and keep possession. Umpire lenient on the handball that France bring it in. Billy Clark sees the ball over the sideline. The umpires umpiring both games today. It's a big effort. It's a lot of footy after getting up at 2 a.m. to go to the dawn service. And the goal umpires as well doing a fantastic job. We've seen the background there. AFL Europe GM Jay Trelaw at the other end, Errol from the Bordeaux Bombers coming up to help translating for the official events here in Villers-Bretonneux. Around about 5 minutes remaining in the contest. France leading 111 to 82. This game looks out of reach for the Australians if they cannot manufacture a goal almost immediately. Free kick given though. The bench calling, directing the team. Ball just going over Nick O'Brien's head. Umpire calling a high tackle. O'Brien not happy. The French team kick it up the wing to a contested Benjamin out on the far wing. Big contest in the middle. The ruckman gets the ball back on a handball, and their run forward from the French has been static. But one ball too long, and it's Parnell that affects the tackle and gets the free kick on his own half-back line. Looks up, doesn't see much, but Julian Beard approaches the ball, takes the mark, looks up the line, not a lot there, goes to go to a 2-on-1, and it is the French captain, Pierre, that takes the mark over the back, with O'Brien from Australia just blocked out of the contest. Once again, seeing the product of the run of the French. Another downfield for a late hit after the kick. The Australians just losing their composure. This game slips away from them. Another goal from the French as their supporters and bench applaud. And that'll be the final nail in the coffin. France now almost assured victory. The Australians looking just to secure a bit of pride as the ball is tunnelled in once again. French read it better, take a mark in the back line and work it out of their own end with an uncontested mark. Ivan. Those two players playing in their club team together. Billy Clark, an intercept mark in the half-back line. A bit of tennis ping-pong action going on here. A bit of soccer action on the far wing. Ivan. Ball goes over the sideline. Just a few minutes more until these players will conclude the ANZAC Cup for 2026. Tackle without the ball. Australia will have a chance to do a final forward entry and at least reduce the score. No, apparently, how did France get free kick there? Anyway, it is what it is. Maybe I was watching the wrong one. Oh, Julian Beard coming from a long way there. Saw the ball coming in and tried to take the mark. A minute left, signalled by the official timekeeper on the sideline. The number 19 from Australia, Alexander Blunt. Didn't see a lot of game time today, but has made a mark these last few minutes since he came on the field. There he is taking the mark. Question is whether he was fully fit coming into this one and why he wasn't playing more. Nick O'Brien unable to take the mark there. The umpire will ball up. Game over, free kick still to be taken. And the French team will run out victorious, at least 117-82. He's going to try a big talk from the past halfway. There's no way he's going to get there. But the players applaud. And we'll just leave you with the vision. Well, at this point, it doesn't matter if we get shut down for playing music in the background. Let us lead you out with a...
Le score pour la France 117, pour l'Australie 83. Et n'oublions jamais l'Australie. And do not forget Australia.
They're fantastic.
The Australian spirit 83, the French Cops 117. Congratulations to the French national side, victors in the 2026 ANZAC Cup.
Fantastic event here today in Villers-Bretonneux in the north of France. Don't forget to check out all the socials, AFL Europe from the whole ANZAC week. Fantastic event here, which you also can be a part of. Get in touch with Jay Trelaw at AFL Europe. See how you can partake in this fantastic event in any way possible. Big thank you to the cameraman, Jeremy Dark. Fantastic job over both games. My name's Ryan Tucker. We have Alyssa on their socials. It's been a fantastic day. Let us know in the comments your favourite moment of the day. We'll see you at the next AFL Europe event.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I could have your attention, bring it in a little closer, and for those who've had to listen to me, particularly for this week, but for several months now, I promise this is the last formal piece of speaking you'll hear from me for a little while, until I ask for a review. Firstly, a huge thank you to the ABA for creating this opportunity and giving us a chance to pay homage to the Anzacs in such a unique way, and having done so for more than a decade now. There's now more than hundreds of men and women from both France and Australia who've represented their countries and their families and their history so proudly in the way that they've played the game, in the way they've prepared for themselves, and in particular in the case of the Australians who are hosted by the locals, a real honour to yourselves in the way that you've immersed yourself in the local community. And one of the things I said to you coming into this, the best way to make the most of it is just come and live it, put everything you've got into it, and just see what happens. And I think a lot of you sort of open your minds to just how important this place is, not just to Australia, but also to the locals who welcome us with open arms and help us do this every year. So a huge round of applause to the ABA and the local volunteers. Thanks, of course, to the paramedics and the emergency crew who are always on hand for a sport that can throw up any sort of trouble at any time. Thank you to our sound over there, providing with plenty of entertainment, great music, and to the guys with the streaming, thank you for your support as well. Thank you to the canteen. Make sure you get over there, treat yourself to a couple of beers and a sandwich. You've earned it. And of course, we've said it once already this week, but wouldn't be possible without the help of our newly announced ambassador, Xavier. Yes, Deputy Mayor Pascal has come to say a few words.
Mesdames, Messieurs, chers amis, c'est avec une grande émotion et beaucoup de fierté que nous nous retrouvons aujourd'hui à l'occasion de ces remises de récompenses pour les matchs de cette ANZAC Cup 2026 qui unit la France et l'Australie dans le cadre si particulier des commémorations de l'ANZAC Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it is with great emotion and a deep sense of pride that we gather here today for the presentation of awards for the matches of the 2026 ANZAC Cup, which brings together France and Australia in the very special context of ANZAC Day commemorations.
Cette journée dépasse largement le cadre sportif. Elle est avant tout un moment de mémoire, de respect et de fraternité entre nos deux nations, profondément liées par l'histoire et les sacrifices partagés ici à Villers-Bretonneux.
This day goes far beyond sport. Above all, it is a time of remembrance, respect and mateship between our two nations, bound together by history and the sacrifices made here in Villers-Bretonneux.
Le sport, et en particulier le football australien, incarne parfaitement ces valeurs de courage, d'engagement et de camaraderie. Sur le terrain, comme hier sur les champs de bataille, ce sont l'esprit d'équipe, le respect et la solidarité qui nous rassemblent.
Sport, and Australian rules football in particular, perfectly embodies these values of courage, commitment and camaraderie. On the field, as on the battlefields of yesterday, it is team spirit, respect and solidarity that unites us.
Je tiens à saluer chaleureusement l'ABA, l'Association breton-villoise d'animation, pour son engagement fidèle, ainsi que son président Xavier Gros, dont l'implication contribue à faire vivre cet esprit d'amitié franco-australien année après année.
I would like to warmly acknowledge the ABA, the Association Breton-Villoise d'Animation, for its continued dedication as well as its president, Xavier Gros, whose commitment keeps this Franco-Australien friendship alive year after year.
The new ambassador.
And the new ambassador to AFL Europe.
Je félicite l'ensemble des joueuses et des joueurs pour leur engagement, leur fair play et la qualité du spectacle offert. Vous êtes les ambassadeurs de ces valeurs qui nous sont chères.
I congratulate all the players for their commitment, their fair play, and the quality of the spectacle they have delivered. You are ambassadors of the values we hold dear.
À travers cette remise de récompense, nous honorons bien sûr la performance sportive, mais aussi l'esprit dans lequel elle s'inscrit, celui du respect, du partage et de la mémoire. N'oublions jamais l'Australie.
Through this awards presentation, we of course recognise sporting performance, but also the spirit in which it is achieved, one of respect, sharing and remembrance, lest we forget.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. Now, before we move on to the medals and celebrations, I think I just want to give the Australians another moment to reflect upon one of the great outcomes of visiting a place like this for an occasion like this, and that's meeting people that you would never have expected to meet and learning about stories that you would never have thought you'd hear about. And it just blows your mind, the passion and dedication of some people. And I would like to draw your attention to a particular person, Mr. Joe Flick, for coming along to join us. Dedicates his time to making sure that our fallen Aboriginal soldiers are remembered and paid the respect that they deserve. And we look forward to working together with you with a few great ideas we've had and a few chats we've had. So Joe, thanks very much for coming along today. Now, with the assistance of my able helpers, we would like to bring up our umpires, Troy and Ben. Okay, so as you know, it's never a game of football without the officials, and we thank the two of them for playing extended games and giving a really good account of themselves and letting us see two really good games of football, hotly contested. And just an extra point on that coin, it is a commemorative coin from the Australian Defence Force, donated to us by Warrant Officer Lees, who has also donated the match footballs for the weekend. So a huge thank you to him and the contributions he's made. And of course, another round of applause for our fantastic umpires. Thank you both. Enjoy the evening. I'd now like to call upon a person who I met in July and I've come to know quite well and learn a lot about them. And again, through this story, I've been able to learn a really incredible story, a story that is why we have a Best on Ground trophy. So Mr. Anthony Heath, if you could come forward and tell us a bit about the trophy, and then we'll award both of our Best on Grounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I start by thanking AFL Europe for the opportunity of allowing my family the opportunity to donate this trophy in remembrance of my great uncle Frank Makinson. Frank was a Sydney lawyer who joined up in 1914. He was 37 years old when he joined up. He really didn't need to. He served in the landings in Gallipoli. He served throughout the occupation of Gallipoli and through the withdrawal. After a short break in Egypt, he was then sent to the Western Front. And in 1916, 21st of August 1916. He was killed not far from here in a place called Murkey Farm, or as the Australians called it, Mucky Farm. It was meant to be a brigade attack, but they could only spare 2 battalions. But they did give them the divisional artillery. Unfortunately, when the battalion were in their jumping off trenches, the divisional artillery started but fell short and fell on top of the Australian soldiers as they were waiting to go into the attack. Their company commander was a man called H.W. Murray, who won the Victoria Cross in that action, and he moved the troops out of the jumping off trenches into no man's land, into the shell holes, to avoid the artillery. Unfortunately, what was happening as well was that the Germans heard our artillery and decided to engage in counter-battery fire. So the Australian troops from the 13th Battalion were getting it from both sides. And the battalion commander he was concerned that the Germans were going to attack before he had an opportunity to launch his attack. So he pushed out listening posts into no man's land. And the first listening post went out and they were both killed. And he asked for volunteers and 2 men went out a second time and they were killed. And then he asked for volunteers the 3rd time, and Frank Makinson went out that 3rd time, and he was eviscerated basically in the artillery barrage, which is why he's on the memorial to the missing where we were this morning. So for our family, we've made a decision that we will continually remember him. And if you'll indulge me just a little bit more, one of the problems when a soldier was missing was that for the families, they didn't know whether they were dead or whether they'd been captured or whether they might be injured in an enemy hospital or might be injured in a friendly hospital. And from the time Frank went missing, the family was writing to everybody, trying to get information. They were fighting for information about Frank. And if you don't mind, I'll just read this letter very briefly. This is to Frank's sister. Dear Miss Makinson, Sister Crawford has told me that your brother has been killed in France. Although I have no information myself, I would like to tell you how sorry I am and how well your brother was liked in the 13th Battalion. I remember him very well indeed, for he lived in a dugout quite close to mine. His company officer, the late Macabre, thought the world of him. It is very sad for me, who acted as a medical officer to such a lot of good men, to hear of their untimely exit. Your brother was a brave man and a good friend. Yours sincerely. So, in honour of Frank Makinson, it's a great privilege for my family to award the best on ground. Thanks, Jeff.
So we'll invite our female winner up first from the Australian team, Melanie Hogg, if you would please. Tony, if you would like to come across. say now, and it gives me great pleasure to announce the men's winner and a good friend of mine, Pierre Lascelles. So again, a huge well done to those players. A massive thank you to Anthony Heath for that incredible donation and dedication for an award fitting of the name. We will now pass on to the second place getters of today, and we'll invite the French women, if you'd like to come up please, and collect your medals. Can we ask the French captain to stay behind, please? It's a commemorative Defence Force medal for you to keep as just acknowledgement of your captaining side today. Thank you very much. I will now call upon the coach of the Australian women's team, Jade Ellams, to come forward.
First off, a big thank you to Jay and the rest of AFL Europe and the French team for putting this on, but also BB. I think I can speak for everyone here that we have felt welcome and included and have enjoyed every part of this. So thank you to the community. It would also be remiss to forget Xavier and the ABA as well. You've been a big part of this, so thank you very much. Straight off the bat, I would like to call up Abby Dargan. Come and collect your medal. Cassie Snars. Dee McAvoy. Liz Gordon. Nellie Megan, our biggest supporter. Jess Kirkbride, Jess Chamberlain, all the Jesses, Jess McKee, Jess Julie Brown, sorry, Michaela Deacon, we might need to give you a bit of a hand, Sophia Garlic Boff might be able to help you there, up that way, Steph Caldroy, Steph Stockman, our VC, Emma Crisp, and the best on ground, and our captain, Naomi Hall.
And one for the coach. now it gives me great pleasure, thanks to the incredible hard work of Xavier and his team, Ben Dateweiler at the Sir John Monash Centre, to hand over another of our dedicated trophies to Carolyn Bartlett, Order of Australia medal winner, who received that award for her incredible work with the Sir John Monash Centre. So Jade, if you could please accept this trophy. Okay, and while we wait briefly before getting started on the men's medal winners for the first and second place, I can't emphasise enough the need for us to support the local community. So when we are done here, please don't rush off. Please take the time to go and say hello to the people in the canteen, ask them a few questions, make sure you get behind them, buy some food, buy a couple of drinks, enjoy your time. I know living in London, this doesn't happen very often, so if you're from London, I don't know why you'd be walking away from here anyway. But a reminder as well tonight that there will be the rock and roll concert in the hall tonight from 8:30. I think Xavier's going to sing a few songs tonight. Okay, I'd now like to invite the Australian men's coach, Nick Harden, to award the medals to his players.
Thanks very much to the community of Villers-Bretonneux for all of your support and all of your hospitality. It's been amazing. I think all of our team, speaking for the team, we're all really touched and moved at the ceremonies and everything we've done for the players. I'd also like to congratulate the French team for a fantastic effort today. Thanks very much. Really good competition. Well done. Thank you to the ANZAC as well, of course, and to Jay for all his help, and to all the support crew around. Thanks very much. Sorry, my phone's gone dead. I'm going to go off the first names only. Okay, we'll start with Rian Harden. Jason Bethany. Jesse Drench. Guy McGrath, our vice captain as well. Oliver Brown. Thomas Barefoot. Alex Blunt. Julian Berg. Caleb McKenna. Ben Philpott Evans. Billy Clark, Matthew D'Antonio, Matthew Davies, Max Allen, Matthew Davies, sorry, Gus. I did miss you. And our captain, Nick Nobby Aldine. Thanks very much.
Okay, another round of applause for our Australian team. Thank you very much for all played today. Okay, now it gives me great pleasure, but before I ask them to come up, I think we need to give them the respect that they deserve. I think a lot of people were surprised by their result at our Euro Cup last year. Knowing the people that I do amongst the French community, I was not that surprised because I know how passionate they are about our game. And for anyone, it's your first time playing against any of our European community, you'll see what our sport means to them. It might be Australian football, but we've got French footballers who really know how to play the game, how to carry themselves, how to take it to us, and how to ask us some serious questions. So they're deserving winners of the men's trophy and cup today. So I'll ask the French coach to come forward to hand out your medals.
Alors, je vais commencer par Noé. Après Sim. Bosque. Ben. Marco. Yvan. Julien. Julien.
Je sais pas, c'est bizarre, j'ai l'impression d'être fatigué sur le leg.
Rémi. Mounier. Mathieu. Sandro. Thomas. Ouais. Lucas. Notre capitaine Pierre.
Okay, Pierre, while you're up here, could I please ask you to award these medals to our helpers for today? You got Otto? Lola. Ayla and Thea. Now, before I hand over the trophy, we will have a few more words from our chair, Josh Philpott, and we'll hear again from our dear friend Xavier Gros. So before I pass that over, I would like to ask the French coach to come forward and accept the Sir John Monash Men's Trophy for 2026. Well done.
S'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît. Bon, comme vous le savez, hier, le président de l'Amiens SC, M. Johannin, et le président délégué de l'Amiens SC, M. Dupré, ont invité une forte délégation à venir voir le match Amiens-Montpellier. Vous connaissez tous le résultat. Mais pour témoigner son attachement à l'ANZAC Day et à l'ANZAC Cup, il a le plaisir de remettre à chaque participant une écharpe spéciale éditée pour l'ANZAC Cup. Je voudrais aussi, et là je vais demander à mon ami traducteur de venir avec moi, il y aura aussi un présent pour un ami très cher. Il est arrivé ici, il a joué il y a quelques années, et maintenant il a pris d'autres fonctions.
We also have something to present to a very special person who played here once before and now is here working in a different function.
Avant, je vais demander aux demoiselles de l'équipe de France de nous rejoindre pour aussi avoir leur écharpe. Je demanderai d'applaudir l'Amiens SC pour ce geste. Pour mes amis australiens, on va voir s'il en reste, on vous en donnera après.
If there's enough, maybe the Aussies will get some.
Je crois que vous avez été gâtés cette année.
Be honest, you're spoiled.
Bon, maintenant, je demandais à une personne qui a travaillé de longs mois avec moi, avec l'ABA, avec Catherine. Et on a échangé beaucoup en mail, on s'est vu en vidéo, il est encore en train de discuter. Je vais appeler Jay.
Jay to the front, please. President of Amiens SC Football Club, I'm presenting you this signed jersey.
Et vous allez deviner pourquoi maintenant il faut l'appeler Daniel.
And that's why we should call him Daniel.